Today we're going to change the rotor and distributor cap today on this 88 Mercedes-Benz. First we're going to see, this car has a good thing here. It has an optional where the hood tips up higher so it's not in the way. Look at that. You don't have to bop your head against it. Now it's nice and clear to work on. Now we're gonna take off this fan shroud that give me the clearance I need, and then we're gonna take that cover off. Pull that clip off. Now, since the fan shroud is cut on the bottom, this one lifts up the bottom was cut off, so it made it easy access. Now we're going to cut these zip ties here to remove the cover. Now I'm going to take off the cap by using a 5mm Allen wrench key. Gonna crack it loose. First, before we do this, let's put this foam in. This way it protects the radiator from getting all beat up. Okay. Yeah, that's good. This is how I do it. Use this pipe for leverage. There, we cracked it loose. Now we unscrew the screws. Okay. You just turn this fan blade, gives it more clearance sometimes. Let me start pulling off the wires. It's beat up. Okay. Okay, now we'll move the wires on the side. Make it easier to get out. There it goes. Just pit it up. And now we're going to take the rotor out. Let's see what size it is.
It's a 3mm.
3. Long size. 3mm. That one goes. Comes the rotor. So I'll pit it up. Now we got the new rotor here. And the screws they give us, let me show you. These are the new screws they give us. They are the wrong ones. Look at that. There's no thread here, but this screw is all threaded through. And when you talk with the supplier, they say, "Wow, that's the first time we ever heard about that." You know? But we're going to use the old screws. These screws are no good because it has threading in there and it's not going to tighten right. The only way you could use them is if you take out all this thread. So we're going to put in we're going to use the new lock washers, but we're going to use the old screws. Alright, we're going to put the rotor back in. First I'm going to put the screws in. See, put this one in, put this other one in. We're going to use the old screws because the other screws are not right. Now we're going to put it back on the button. Now we tighten up the screws. Okay, the rotor's in. Okay, now we're going to put the cover on the distributor cap, and let's put these screws in. Alright, we're going to put the distributor cap on. Okay. Okay, there it goes. So I get started. There we go. Now we gotta get that bottom screw in. Okay, the bottom one's going in. Okay, it's a little headache at times. Snug it up first. Just use this to snug it up. Not too much. Now the cap is on tight. Now when I start putting the wires back in, has a little diagram here to follow. We'll start with number 1. clicked in. Number 2.
They're labeled.
Oh. Thanks. Number 6. Let's see. Okay. Number 4. Four is in. Number 3. And number 5. There it goes. All right. After getting all the wires tucked back in, we got it all tucked in there neatly. Now we're going to put this cover on. And let's slide it on. It's supposed to slide on. But the clips are broken here, but we're still going to use the cap. Let's get it on there. Now the cap is on. Okay, we got the cap on. The clips are broken. All right, so we're not going to use duct tape this time. No. We're going to use these zip ties to hook it in. And this way you don't have to buy a new cap and everything, because it's just a dust cover and we don't really need to spend the extra money. So we're going to use these zip ties to hook it in.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put a zip tie here. Oops. Sorry, cameraman. Let's cut it. That one is good. This side's gonna need 2 of them. So let's start feeding them in. One here. Let me trim it up a little bit. It's in there snug. It's not in the way of the belts. It's good. And you didn't have to buy a new one. Zip ties come in handy. Now we're going to pull out this.
Okay.
Okay, the cap is on. It's good. It's tight. Now we're going to put the shroud back on. This tab. Good. Now this clip goes in. That one's in. This one's in. Clears the fan. And you gotta make sure this tab is in over here. Now we can say we're done. Now we have to close the hood down. This, you have to press this and slowly. Hear that click? Now pull it down a little bit more. That clicks. Let it up. Now the hood is ready to close. That's the best thing they made. Here we go.